The Mad Lad did it, you guys. This is Logoscape by Yoshi Kiro. I think I'm saying your name correctly. I'm sorry if I'm not. Yoshi, you did it. It's amazing. Thank you so much for doing this. This is going to let us put our own graphics, our own logos into Software Incorporated and use them as our logo in game for our company. Now, there are some certain things that we can't do. For example, you can't upload your logo directly in the game. This is largely due to limitations imposed by the developer of this game to prevent abuse in multiplayer. So people can't, for example, put really offensive graphics for their companies in multiplayer sessions. But for single player games, this is a really great feature because a lot of times we don't like the in-game logo builder and stuff. So I want to walk you through how this works because I think it's really great. So like I said, you can't put your logos directly into the game. So first you're going to download by just subscribing on Steam to Logoscape. And then you have all the instructions right here on the page. So you can just follow along with these instructions, but also this video is going to show you how this works too. So this is the mod folder, right? You follow the directories and instructions. You're going to be here. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the logo folder and you're going to upload. It's a PNG file, JPEG. It even supports vector logos automatically being rasterized for clean scaling if you have an SVG file. So those things are possible. Very good. In this case, I've got two logos here. I've got one that is a little bit smaller, so we can see how well it scales with something that's just 400 by 227. It's a very small PNG. And then I have my really big head-only logo here that's like 6.5 megabytes big. And we're going to see how that works. So once you've placed your PNG files into the logo folder, again, this is the mod directory. You're going to go into the logo folder. You're going to place your PNGs in here, okay? Once you've done that, you're then going to figure out the extension. So if you placed a JPEG, then you'd be interacting with the JPEGs. If you placed an SVG here, PNG here, TIFF, WebP, GIF even. And in the future, they're hoping to add actual like graphics that moving logos, like a stop motion animation kind of thing. Could be interesting. Anyway, we're going to go into the PNG TYD folder here or file here because both of mine are PNGs. Hey, Charlie from the future here. So within the 7 days or so since this video was recorded to now, the mod author has pushed an update that changes the process that you're seeing in this video. So instead of it being in the Logoscape mods directory, which is right here, and having everything inside your logos folder, instead of that being the case, now it's within the Software Incorporated Games directory inside the DLL mods folder. And what this is doing, it's making it more resilient to updates to the mod itself in the future, because otherwise your changes that you're making to that text document would be overridden every time the mod is updated. But it does make it a bit more complicated. So make sure you read the instructions, and inside the unified manifest file now, instead of it being a different text file for each format, now it's a single text file, and you simply designate the format in what you copy. So again, there's a little bit of changes compared to what I released in this video, but I felt like I needed to put this in there, and I've trying to rush this little update to the video out so I can show it to you a bit more up to date. As always, read the mod author's descriptions and read their instructions because they might even change since I upload this video, but we can now get our logos into the game and working, and that's great. So with following the instructions, I will have placed my 3 logos that I'm going to have in this video into the DLL mods folder. The Logoscape folder, if this doesn't exist, you copy it from the mod directories. You just take this whole thing, you copy it into this, and then inside the logos folder, we will have that single unified manifest now, and then the 3 logos that I've uploaded in this video. And then inside that manifest, which we'll open with a notepad, we can then go in, and it's right here. We can then go in and change the inside the logo container just like before. All the instructions are above that. And then all we're going to do is we're going to paste the example as how I'm going to do it. And so I'm just going to paste that example in there, right? And then I'm going to take the logos names that I have. So we'll go ahead and do this. And the full extension is in the file name. So we're going to go ahead and just take that whole thing. We're going to put it right here. Right. And then we have the 400 one that I showed in there too. Just put that right there. Yep. And then the full image that I have as well. We're going to put that in just like that. So I'm making changes to how the mod is on my end too, like updating it myself. But again, this makes it more resilient for the future for you guys. The mod also does, here's a clip of what it does. It does give you the option to load from the workshop folder or the DLL mods folder if you prefer one workflow over the other, with the DLL mods folder being more resilient. And then if you want to change that setting, you can go over to options, in which you can access in the middle of the save too. And then in the Logoscape options here, you can select which one you want. So that's it. Mods updated. Now you know. Let's continue with the episode. Okay, with those steps done, we're going to load the game up. We're going to go over to the mods tab. You probably have some kind of notice that says, you know, hey, you've added a code mod and use at your own risk, etc. Just accept, hit yes, and then come over here to the code mods tab in this area, and you're looking to enable Logoscape. So that's what we're going to have. So just check that and everything will be available for you. You do not need a new save to do it. It works for existing saves. So this is like episode 17 from my playthrough, by the way, if you're just stumbling on this video. This is how we do this. So front of the building is here. This is my current logo, and these are logos that you have to create in the game's editor. We all know this. At least if you play the game enough, you know this thing. So if you want your own branding, this mod is what lets you do that. So we're going to come over to our companies here. Select our company, go to details. And then from there, we are going to click the little pencil icon right over here. And normally you'd have to edit your logo here, and any iterations you've done since you started would be down in this area here. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to hit this new import logo button. And it's here where you select the file type that you uploaded. So you're not going to get a list of files that you have in your text document here. As long as you followed the previous steps, you should see stuff here if you select the correct file type. Currently, we have SVG, PNG, and JPEGs. Okay, so PNG is here. That's what I uploaded. And you have the head only PNG here. So I just want to see what my giant head looks like here. So when we hit import, what it's going to do is it's going to plaster that image that you have onto over top of the logo that's already there. Then it's going to blow it up and stretch it to the maximum size that it can for the logo field. Now what we got to do is going to come into edit. We're going to hit no. We don't need an advanced editor for this. So all we're going to do is delete the existing logo all the way down to here. Now, if it won't let you save, right, it's because you need something there. You can also hit clear, by the way. I'm going to add just a tiny circle because for some reason I can't have a blank logo. So I'm going to have the tiny circle and I'm going to place it in the center of my document. Just kind of bring this over here and just kind of put it in the center so that I can't see it. All right, that's it. Save. Now it's like hidden behind the face, right? And what we end up with is something like that. Yeah, so just like there all the time. And this thing, in my experience anyway, so far, it actually loads faster than the standard logo that the game has imported. So that's nice. So there it is inside the building. And it's over here on the back of the building here too. It will also appear on all the delivery trucks that come by. And if you had any cars like this, right, it comes in like that too. So, yeah, there you go. All right, now, I wanted to test a couple of things out, right? We are going to go back over to our company logo here, okay? And what we're going to do is I'm going to put in the other logo we had. So I have the 400 width one that I was talking about earlier. This is that CP logo, and it's kind of small. I want to see how it scales in the game. So we're going to import. Now, this one is also a little bit different in that this logo is not square. So this logo has a wider dimension. It's more wide than it is tall, right? And so we end up with it getting scrunched a little bit. You want to make sure your logos are a square image or you're going to have this deformity like this. But honestly, this is 400 pixels wide. It's scaling quite well. We can see like it's kind of imperfect around the edges here and stuff, but it's scaling up, right? And then also, I just want to see what the smaller variant of this looks like. We're going to go to outdoors and then place the logo next to it there. So you can see this is the large logo and then there's the small one, right, in game. Obviously the small one is going to scale a little better for smaller images, but there you go. We've got that. Now, I'm going to take the same logo that I have. I also, you might have noticed, have a full size one in this that I've uploaded. And I've also taken to making the full size one a square image. So the graphic itself is still wider than it is tall, but the canvas that it sits within is square, so it shouldn't get deformed. So if I hit import on this one, we can now see that it is wide out like that, and that looks pretty cool, albeit it's a little smaller than it was before, but I actually kind of like that hat. Yeah, obviously the red dot's still there too, right? So got to take care of that as well. Let's come back over here. Where is my... Did I close it? I think I closed it. We're going to take and edit this. And for this one, I guess I got to try to position it where it's going to work in here, right? So I've tried to get it maybe over here. That's going to take some doing. I'm not entirely sure where that can be, but if I can get it behind it, there it goes. That's going to work out really well. Yeah. And so there we have the logo. And if I zoom right in, this one is much bigger. It's, I think, 1800 wide instead of 400. So scaling a lot better, right? Scaling a lot better. So that could be my logo for my company now. And honestly, I kind of like the way that looks. This is a logo that I was going to rebrand to on my channel. I was going to, and I decided against it. And I don't know, like, part of me was like, yeah, that's cool, but I don't know. It seems like it kind of might be a little hard to see. It's supposed to be a hat, right? I mean, I wear fedoras. That's kind of like my, it's my thing, all right? So there we go. We've got that. And then in the back, we've got the logo here. So I think we might run with this. And it might even require me to rebrand my entire company around the fact that I have this. I might go back to Fedora. That's what I was doing before, is Fedora Company, or was it Fedora Software Incorporated or something like that, I think is what it was before. I forget. But I might rebrand Char Inc. into something else that's related around to the hat, because as you can kind of see the hat shape, but then also the C and the P for the name. Yeah, I thought it was clever when I designed this. I drew this up on an iPad, kind of how I wanted this to be, and then I sent it to a graphic designer, and then they cleaned it up and added this little thing here that I didn't even think about. So that's kind of nice. Yeah. So I'm going to leave it like this for now, I think, is my logo for my company for now. It gives me a nice custom logo in there. And again, thank you so much, Yoshi, for doing that. That's really freaking cool, man. I am paying attention to all of your mods now. Absolutely all of them. I'm paying attention. Okay, so with that out of the way, if you just came to this video to see how to put logos in your game, there you go. Have a nice day. Otherwise, welcome back to Software Incorporated. This is episode 17, and we're going to get started with our grand master plan to take over the gaming industry. At least that is what I'm trying to do. If you are new to this series from this video, we have some difficulty increasing mods. I've got game evolution in here, which makes developing games a lot more in depth, a lot more complicated. And then I've also got Madhouse Overhaul, which is overhauling the economics of the game and the markets of the game, and having a lot more companies and a lot more saturated markets, a lot more competition, etc. We're playing very hard, and we're avoiding investing in the stock market. All of our money is going into our own company to try to grow our enterprise as big as possible. In the last video, we organized this. This is our big new cafeteria area. We're going to try to provide some food for our employees. Big area here. Floor 3 is pretty much dedicated to just servicing their needs and getting them to come in and hang out here. It does definitely appear as though I'm going to need more cleaning staff to add to this. So let's go ahead and hire. Honestly, I'm thinking I need another cook as well. It just seems like it's not going well here. So I'm going to have another one come in at, let's say 9 a.m. I want to make sure I don't have 3 cooks in the kitchen. 2 is my maximum in my kitchen here. So I got 6 a.m. here to 10, then 11 to 3. So that's 11 a.m. That's 11 a.m. So that's 2 cooks. And then 6 a.m. to 6 a.m., that's 2 cooks. And so looks like we're going to have a problem right here with this 9 to 1. So maybe I take and have one come in at 3 and have you come in at 3 as well. And then perhaps we have one overnight cook that can come in and start making some meals at like 8 o'clock. Just to keep things on there, right? And then obviously we're going to need some cleaning staff too. So I'm going to say we hire 2 more cleaners, and these 2 cleaners are kind of dedicated to cleaning up after lunch. So we go 12 to 4 with these 2. Okay, good. Building is done. I've also added a whole bunch of solar panels to this side as well. They're not, completely covering the roof over here, but I realized that I started last video with like $11 million, and I realized I was down under 4, and I went, hey, I spent a lot of money today, so I just decided to cool it. Marketing for Writer 3. This is office software. I'm good with that. We can go ahead and add that. Probably should hide all the deals on this side, right? Let's just get rid of those. And we're left with some very successful products that I did not think would be this successful. World of Wizards has 85,000 users now. We want to upgrade the tech on this, but in order to do that, I would like to also get my engine updated. And the engine, let's actually do that really quick. The engine, if we update the engine with audio levels and this, we have to use another audio tool, right? And another 2D editor. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, let's get that done now. So Image Shop 3 is our 2D editor. I am going to start getting these things on project management. Next iteration, I think, will be project management for these things because we're going to be mostly self-publishing at this point for some of these tools. We have market recognition up to about this far. That's not very high, but I think it's high enough to where we could probably go into that sort of thing and just start publishing it ourselves. The thing is, for my grandmaster plan, whatever you want to call it, my goal is not to be selling a lot of 2D editors and 3D editors and audio tools. My goal is to sell a lot of games. And for that, I need really advanced tools to put it into a game engine, and then the game engine so that I can make more advanced games and not have to pay an enormous amount of royalties for having done so. So, for example, here's Char Incorporated, or Char Engine, sorry. If I go to details on this and go to licenses, no, tools is what I want to do. Tools. I paid over $500,000 for Audio Evolution 5 for this engine. That's a lot of money I could have in my account, but instead I had to borrow, or I had to use somebody else's tool and pay them for the licensing fees. And then every time I upgrade Char Engine, while I'm upgrading it and developing it in that upgrade, I'm paying the license fee for that as well. So when you got a different tool, had to pay them, had a different tool now, had to pay them. Now you only have to pay these licensing fees while you're building it. So once it's released, you don't have to pay the licenses anymore, but the longer it takes you to develop it, the higher your fees are, your licensing fees are. And so if I'm going to be creating Char Engine 2.0, which is the very next thing I'm going to be focusing on, I want to make sure that I have all of my own tools to do that, so that I'm not paying licensing fees during that entire, 2-year, 3-year period of time, right? That gets very expensive very fast. So we want to be able to do that. And then Pixel Forge, I think we're super profitable with Pixel Forge. We're super profitable with Image Shop 3, and Image Shop 2 even managed to have that. Char Engine's a bit of a drain on the company's coffers here. And actually, even though World of Wizards has a lot of active users at the moment, its profit isn't great. So that's another thing to think about is add-ons and stuff for that and trying to get that going. But I want to upgrade everything first. So I'm going to go through that process right now, even though it's a little bit... Oh, this is already happening. Where is it? Right here. Done. That's done. We're also porting World of Wizards to the better operating system at the moment, because, that might help us in getting sales. And then the next iteration of Pixel Forge 2 is already on iteration 3. So that's just happening too. ZCOM with Firaxis is our publisher. Come to find out. Again, if you're new to this series, Madhouse Overhaul actually puts real company names in the game and real product names. Doesn't necessarily have them attached to who actually made them. So here's Valve, for example. But if you take a look at Valve's products, they have a console operating system called Supervision. And that's all they've been making. So, they're not necessarily doing the things that they would in real life. But here's Firaxis Games. They're going to publish ZCOM for us. And they are a game maker. They make RTS games, I guess. But, we're going to try to get there. And then our sales is pretty much directly proportionate to how much market recognition we have. So we can't just release one big product right away and just GG, you win. We got to earn our reputation as we build up here, because it's going to be harder and harder to get sales. Okay, now I've caught anyone who's just kind of going in there, and I've caught them up now. That's great. Okay, so Waveform is our next big release. I'm actually tempted to go in and just release this now, even though it's way early. It's January 1993 is when it's supposed to release, so that's a year from now. And I feel like I want to just release it earlier than that, even though our followers are growing. Oh, here we go. We're losing sales. Pixel Forge sales just exploded. Well, it hit a wall, actually. It was going to explode, and then it hit a wall. We need to print more copies, don't we? I should probably get this printing order on a bigger... I should get more prints, right? Let's go to manufacturing. go to Pixel Forge, and I want to see, we have 19 in stock. I'm currently keeping 35,000 in stock for printing. I feel like it's selling out a lot more than I expected. I'm going to go 60,000. We're going to keep 60,000 in stock. Now, my print capacity is still pretty good. It's my shipping capacity that's apparently lagging right now. Let's take a look and see how many couriers I've got going on here. Couriers, I'm only rocking 2 at the moment. I don't have any print jobs though, right? Like manufacturing deals, I mean. I don't think I have any printing jobs. None that I haven't already done though. Right? Well, we're still printing a little bit for Barrier Prime 5. We have huge timers on this though. Like this is so easy to do, and it's not even due till October, September. This is the only one that is like close to being the deadline, but we're already in stock. We already have it in storage, so we just have to get the final. So I think we're fine on that. It's really just the shipping that's the problem. So I'm going to hire 2 more couriers, I think, here. And 7 a.m., 11 a.m., we can maybe stagger this a little bit. Let's go 10. And for 2 p.m., we can try to bring that to like 5. Expanding the couriers on that is going to be nice. Am I losing sales at the moment? Or is it like a per month thing? I don't really understand how that works. Like, are people trying to buy it every hour on the hour? And if I don't have it in stock on that hour, then they're not buying it? Or is it like you had this many in stock at the end of the day and this is how many you were supposed to sell? How does Software Incorporate calculate sales like that? I'm always assuming that it's at the end of the day when everything just ticks over, because it seems like that's when I get paid. So I assume that that's what's happening, but I don't actually know that. The huge loss that we had last month is entirely because of construction, right? We did everything at the end of the year, and we do that to help with taxes, but also just like if we're going to expand, we might as well do it. And total accounting, we should see that we owe 1.5 million. Yep. We looked at that before. Our 3 accountants that we have in office were able to optimize $300,000. It's $100,000 each. They were able to optimize. If I take a look at the cost for that team, accounting has a total budget of $26,000 total. So that's, they kind of broke even then. Yeah, I mean, this is what, about 12-ish months, a little less than 12 months of salary. So a little more. No, a little more than 12 months of salaries we optimized. It's very close. I'm terrible at on-the-spot math. It's fine. It's very close. They basically broke even for us for taxes, which is great. Okay, cool. So anyway, yeah, I'm thinking of releasing this a year early anyway. We fixed quite a few bugs, and the reason for that is because as soon as this is released, I can start CharEngine 2.0. And I kind of want to get that done. I want to use my own audio tool for it, so I have to pay like $500,000 for the licenses and stuff. So probably will do that. Why don't we get a World of Wizards patch going just to fix the bugs? Pixel Forge's budget here, I feel like, is pretty good. 30,000 a day. How many people are actually using it right now? 136,000. I believe we're still the only 3D editor on the market. I think we still have the monopoly on that, right? All software, category, types, and 3D editor. That is it. So 2D editor there, anti-cheat there. There's only one 3D editor on the market still. And it is us. That's right. And by the time my competition catches up, we're already going to have number 2 released with even more features than the first and higher updated technology as well. It's great. What else do we have here? Distribution now. Let's just check out this. So distribution currently, we are currently accepting 12%, and that is better than a lot of our competition. Although I worry that Serif is going to, bring, get more people in with that 9%. They are undercutting our percentage now. We'll see. As we covered in a previous video, also Serif owns these 3 companies. So basically our only competition in digital distribution is Serif. And if we can get a lot of money, I'd like to start chipping away and buying these guys. And I straight up buy the rest of them by buying these guys. So we'll take a look at it. I need $500 million to do that, though. It's going to be a long road for that. But 11.6 gigabits per second is our bandwidth limit right now, which is pretty good, but it is growing every day. So I think maybe we come downstairs here and just kind of, why don't I copy these two for now? Just a small expansion is probably the best way to go about this. Little expansions at a time, right? So 67.7% now. A cook is unable to find a stove. So this part here is new to us, right? We hired cooks last time, and I think probably they're unable to find the stove largely because there's only 2 stoves in here, right? And sometimes there are 3 cooks in the kitchen. So I don't like that there are 3 cooks in the kitchen, but I'm just going to slide this over. And then we're going to go ahead and duplicate this, add another stove. And then we want to duplicate this as well and add that cupboard right there. There we go. So we'll have 3 stoves, I guess. I'm not sure we need 3 refrigerators, but I did leave enough room for that to be a possibility in the future. Just slide this over like that. Slide this over, and I guess, you know what? Why not? I've started to print waveform. I'm going to start with 40,000 copies. So I have some in stock at the moment, and I think I'm going to release it. Like I said, I'm going to release it early. I'm thinking maybe at the start of February, we'll release this. Now that I have some in stock and not just sitting here in the warehouse. So we passed the fire inspection. Congrats. We did it. We finally did it. Marketing has nothing to do. They're going to start marketing our own stuff here. I wish also, I realize that this is probably not something that, it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense that I can't do this. But I kind of wish I could drop my publisher. It's a thing in real life, right? People drop their publishers, and people pick up publishers in the middle of their development, and people also drop their publishers if they don't think that they are needed or doing as well anymore. The thing is, I have no recognition for an audio tool, so I have to keep this publisher because I'm not going to have any sales otherwise. And the fact that I have 2,700 followers on Waveform is still pretty dang good. So there we go. We have another person wanting to access our distribution platform. So Sectigo, is this a new company? We have not been playing any stock market stuff, but I'm not opposed to it. January, they just came out of the market. They're selling 0.4% of their stock. They have no fans. They have no products, no patents, no nothing. This is the time where you would normally buy their stock. So take a look at their chart. There's nothing really to see. We can take a look at the details for this, and their stock is, I mean, all that's available is just 20 shares at the moment. There's not a lot there. $1,700. There's not a lot there. They have an inspiring lead designer, though. And these are one of those things where we can try to poach these guys, too. Like, if we find a company that's got a really creative designer, we can go into their details. Like, this guy's inspiring 90% with games. Might try to poach him, you know? You can see his portfolio, some of the things. He made Jurassic World Evolution. This is creative games, good profits, widespread, lots of active users, etc., etc. If they are a visionary creativity, I don't know how the game models this for the AI opponents, but for my own people anyway, visionaries often get the IP attached to them. That's something that can happen. So if I poach a visionary, I might get control of their IP as well, which of course makes them much harder to recruit, I would think. I'm not sure how many visionaries there are in the game. They're pretty rare. So a lot of times people will, you know, if you're trying to really go after it, like impossible difficulty, you would simply start with your founder being a visionary. And then that way you guarantee that you at least have one. But I don't know if there's a way for me to isolate, you know, how many visionaries there are. The creativity is not something you can expand upon. So it's something to think about, something to look into, right? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to stop yapping now and just let this game run for a little while longer. We got stuff to do. World of Wizards is upgraded. Let's make sure that Pixel Forge gets upgraded as well. We can do another patch for... Where is it? Char needs another patch, even for the tech level as well. Let's go ahead and get the teams on that too. If you're just joining us or you're somewhat new and you're wondering why doesn't it use project management, we're going to work on that. We're going to get project management in. The only reason why we haven't done it yet is because you cannot do project management and have a third-party publisher at the same time. And since I don't have any market recognition in lots of products. I've been using publishers that do so that I can accelerate my sales at the expense of having to share my profits with them, right? Sometimes even half my profits go away in licensing fees, royalties, and the publisher. But it allows me to get my product out there, which raises my market recognition. And then once I get to about 2 hearts-ish, then I can start self-publishing. I don't care so much about the sales for my 2D editor, my 3D editor, and my audio tool. I don't really care too much about the sales on those. So I will start self-publishing, and I will start getting those to be project managed. Honestly, I don't want to wait anymore. I don't. I want to get started on this engine. I want to get started on it right now. Waveform is just here. Yeah, I'm going to release it early. I fixed 767 bugs. We got a lot of followers. I'm fine with the current state of it, and I want to just release it. So I'm going to go ahead this button, and it says, releasing this product now would breach your publishing contract. It could result in a lawsuit. How much do you want to continue? How much could they possibly sue me for? For releasing it 10 months early? What are they going to sue me for? I think whatever they're going to sue me for, it's probably worth, so I can get started on this engine a year earlier. I want to get it done. I'm just going to say yes. I'm releasing it, risking the lawsuit. That's fine. 4 stars, 3 stars. Hey, here we go. So this is the biggest impact on our sales, right? But it's getting a little bit better, right? 3. That's our how many people know about us? We have 300,000 fans now. A lot of work went into this. You're right. Do you want to order copies? I think not. I think not, because we are printing copies already. I've already started printing. So if I take a look at my manufacturing, Waveform was printing all day yesterday, and we have 47,000 in stock right now. I'm trying to keep it under 60K. This is an issue. That's an issue. But I think once the printing for this stops, this will get pumped into here, and should be okay. December is a long time from now. But if I can just, let's say, yeah, this one. Let's bring this down. And this one should be good to go too. We'll just bring this one down, and now we will be fine. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I want to get started on my engine. That was the whole reason I'm risking this lawsuit. So let's do this. I want to go to char engine. I want to go to make SQL. There it is. Make SQL for char engine. We're going to go char engine 2. Yep. And we're going to go existing framework. That is the char games framework, which I think could probably be updated. It is a 1990 technology. Stand by. We're going to go char games. No, it's the, which one is it? Not 3D. I don't see it. Wait a minute. Am I just blind here? Hang on. Design document. It is char games. It is called char games. Okay, yeah. I thought that was something different. I was like waiting to see char engine framework or something, like dumbass. It's right there in front of you. Just do it. Why can't I close that? There it is. So this is the char framework char games, right? Yeah, this. We want to update this, get it on the latest tech. There we go. And hit go. I think I want all teams to do this right now, just so I can really get that going. Get that upgraded immediately. And then there's another thing I want to start working on. So somebody brought this up to my attention, and it's something that I had forgotten about. And that is that the stars on your people don't matter as they matter, but there's also something else that matters, and that's their base skill level. And that's the thing I was missing. So like in this case, this person has 3 stars on system, and I was like, yeah, they're good at system, but they're actually not that good of a programmer, like in general. Right? So they got great system performance. They're going to get that speed boost, and they're able to get into a lot of these other functions. So they understand things, but they're not very good at it somehow. Like this is a different thing. So what we can do is we can get them a mentor, and then the mentor can help everyone else in their team become better at their job. In exchange, they aren't building things. At least I don't think they are. So if I go to core, for example, here's the base skill kind of area of core. And even though we've got these good artists, we're just generally not that good at art. And that's hurting us in that architecture art thing, right? They're like very slow in what they do. Contracts is the same thing. There's loads of stuff here compatibility wise, but they're not very good at what they do. So I'm going to work on that. And I think contracts team and core, these guys I think are going to go, there's going to be like one person in each team that's just going to start mentoring people, right? So contracts has 17 people. We're going to the employees on this team, and we're just going to go through and see who has like really great skill that could improve somebody else. So I'm not seeing that at the moment. So what I might do is hire somebody to do this. So if I go over to, let's say, design, let's go programming, and then designer, high salary with contracts. I'm not going to filter by specialization. I would like to see if I can filter by just innate skill. I don't think I have a base skill filter here. So I'm just going to begin looking with a high salary, and we're just going to take a look at their base skill, right? So in this case, they've got really good skill here. This person's very good, right? Yeah. So instead of like focusing on their stars, which is still very good, I'm going to focus on this guy being a mentor to other people, and then get his programming skill. It's going to raise the rest of the team up, that kind of thing. So we'll hire him. This is Aiden Young. And I'm going to go into employees on the team. We're going to find Aiden Young. And what I want him to do, details, I want him to mentor. I want to turn mentor on. Now, I don't think I can actually select this. Is that what that little dot means? His skill is going to get, his jobs are going to get shuffled here in a second by the team leader. Maybe not. Oh, I already did. Yeah, they already did it. So if I go to details now, yeah. So he is basically an artist and service as a secondary. These are his primaries, but I got him as mentor. And so I think he's going to like start getting his team to be better, to have everybody get better, right, at their job. If I go over to my core team and go to, where is it? Oh, employees, right? I need to go. I'm looking for details. Charlie. Base skill is not bad. Could be better, right? Remember, we started as visionary, so I couldn't use those sliders very well. Well, we've got Winter Cameron here. She's an outstanding designer. And we could have her do this. Now, she is the lead designer on 2 projects. I don't really want her to stop working. However, Moses Woods is almost as good as she is on design. And so I think since the design stage is almost at its first iteration, and I'm just going to go ahead and push it after one iteration anyway, because I don't really care about the sales on these things. I just want to have them. So I'm going to have Moses Woods go ahead, and he's going to be a mentor as well. And that's hopefully going to raise the design skills of everybody else around them, right? And then we've got, look at you, Callum Kim. Very good programming skills. So I'm going to have you go into mentor as well. And then who is a good artist? Like a really good artist. Nico Schultz. I'm going to have you be a mentor as well. Now, this might make core very slow because their best people are effectively not working in exchange for training other people up. But core at the moment is really just working on 2 tools that I could not care less about. I just need them for my future games so I don't have to pay the royalties. And that's it. I couldn't care less about what core is doing. And then general upgrades and things like that. So we're going to use that as a training team that can get people up. And then for, I can do this for a lot of other teams too, just to make sure that their innate skill is raised up. So contracts N. There's a lot of like problems with that, right? And so if I go through and find some people who are, better at their job, I don't really have anybody that's a really solid programmer. I've got an okay designer here, but nobody's like a really solid programmer in this team. And there's 17 people on this team. So why don't we go in and we'll find somebody for contracts N. Again, programmer, designer, that's fine. Now we're going to go to contracts N and we're going to search for night owls and go and find someone with, really high programming skill. So who's got the highest in this list that I just saw? It's going to be you. Connor Valencia. I mean, he's not great, but he's something, right? So we'll grab him. And then we're going to come over to Connor. Oh, did I not get you on the right team? Where did you go? I think I got you on the wrong team. Hang on. Connor Valencia. Connor Valencia. I don't see you. There you are. I put you on core N, not contracts N. That's the issue. I want you on contracts N. And then we go over to our team. You should be on contracts N now. Employees. Where did they go? They're behind me. Nope. They're somewhere. Where are they? There it is. Connor Valencia here. Once you get your roles reassigned, which is going to happen any second now. As soon as that happens, I'm going to go in. Yep, there it is. And then I can go in and turn you on as a mentor as well. I think I could probably do that before it because it looks like mentor is not something that these guys control. It's just these checkboxes here. So I don't know. We'll see. But the idea hopefully is that these guys will now improve these teams over time, right? We're doing this in the 90s so that we can really kick ass in the 2000s. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay. With $8.3 million, I think it's time we give Contracts team another thing to do, yeah? So right now they're upgrading Char Games. And they are done. Now that they're done with Char Games, we can go in and we can start making Char Engine 2. Make a sequel. So I want to accept Char Games. There we go. Version 4. Sure. And then over here, we're going to add 3D capabilities and networking capabilities. 3.0 is going to have things like dedicated server in 2003. I think that's probably going to be 4.0, right? That's what I have in my notes. What's my notes say? My notes doesn't say network in 2.0, right? It does say add networking, yeah. To prepare for 1996 tech later so that we have it already. Is that it? I'm supposed to put that into my framework, right? So I can make my MMO even faster later. I think we'll just do that. And then we'll come back over here when you choose a 2D editor, right? Choose 2D editor. That's Image Shop 3. Choose 3D editor. That's the only one on the market. Choose audio tool. That's me. But I can't because I have to upgrade it first. Waveform is here. I have to upgrade it first. Let's pause this really quick. Where is my waveform tool? Upgrade. Yep, here we go. Get these all done. Image Shop 3, please. And 4 teams on that. Let's get that upgraded really quickly so that I can make that a part of my next workflow. So the teams are able to do these things instead of making that audio tool. We're going to upgrade it now. I don't know what my sales are going to be like, but I don't know what the lawsuit's going to be like either, but I got 60,000 copies in stock, so, you know. Oh, here it is. You are accused of breaching publishing contract and being sued by Native Instruments for $50,000. That's it? Do you wish to settle or take it to court? Yeah, I'll settle. Sure. Not keeping to agreed upon schedule. It's fine. I'll settle it. It's fine. Did I lose reputation for that? Yeah. I lose a 1 star reputation. We'll get it back. We'll get it back. Although I don't know if publishers will work with me now. I breached my contract, so. But I settle it out of court. We're not going to make a big deal out of it, right? We don't want the press involved. We'll just settle it. It's fine. Okay. $50,000 is fine. I'm completely content with that. Go ahead and get waveform upgraded. There it is. Now we can come over here, choose waveform. Done. Now we're not going to have to pay any royalties to anyone. I love that. Mac OS is the only OS that has 3D capabilities still. So we're going to do that. And it's fine because we're making our games with this. So whatever. At the moment, we have expected 100% interest. We're adding 3D now and also the connection center. We're getting a bonus for speed on a lot of these things. And if I analyze what the market wants, we're here. So we need more technologia. Yeah, I was going through and like looking at the panels here. It's like different language. I'm like, what the heck is going on with that? And then as I was looking for the language and try to figure out how to change it, if there was a way, I saw the option or the setting for rendering the grass. I saw that in the graphic settings. Right here, grass everywhere. I had this off before. I'm going to turn it on. What's the point of having a 4090 if you can't flex a little bit, huh? Get that grass going. Unfortunately, I can't click the path here. It's in there, but I can't click it. I would love to like click this and, you know, delete this path, but I can't. I could click this one. So I got rid of it. And so now the grass is rendering here. And it's like way better now. Just to have that little bit through there, it's fine. This side is a little bit janky. Like there's no path here, but it's not rendering the grass anyway, which is unfortunate, but it is on this side. So I guess it is what it is. It's okay. Anyway, I'm rendering grass now. Just thought you should know. Oh, also, end of last video, I think. I don't think I put it in the recording. I was kind of all over the place, kind of like I am now. I bought this. I bought this area. And so we're going to make a parking garage over there. Multi-level, stack it up. It's okay. Also, this is like the most attractive van I've seen so far, but I really wish I could control my distributors, or I guess my couriers, and control what those vans look like. Black looks fantastic. White looks great with this logo. But there are like dark green. There's even one van that's basically the same color blue as the logo. And that is like, it's hard to see the logo, right? I want to see it. What's my electricity bill like now? 23,000. Doesn't seem to be having much of an effect, does it? 180 grand for internet. I think maybe that's part of it, is my servers and stuff are taking more energy, but it's still, I feel like I just added a ton of solar panels. I feel like this should be doing a lot more. Maybe I'm wrong here, but I feel like we should be a lot better off on our electricity here. Electricity to grid, though. Oh, okay. So my bill was $23,000, but I actually sent $20,000. Okay, so my electricity bill was $3,000 basically. That makes a lot more sense. All right, I am saving money on my electricity. Looking at the charts, I don't really think I want to buy gold or copper or anything, right? I don't think that's really in my interest at the moment. So we're not going to do that. And then on the companies side of things, new company founded last month, Sunkian. Both of these guys have 0 fans, no products yet. They're all just like, hey, buy this company. I'd like to know what you do. I like that you have an inspiring lead designer. Inspiring. I want somebody who has like what's Seraph got? Seraph's also like 92%. Nobody has a visionary. I gotta look through all these companies and see if anybody visionary right here. There he is. So his portfolio, he's got eSail, Sailing Simulator, and Balloons 2. This one is incredibly profitable. By Rockstar Games. It's a realistic simulation. Now, is this attached to him? Is what I want to know. I'm not sure how to know that, because Wayne Mueller has this, and I want to know if the IP comes with him. So Wayne Mueller compatibility is bad. I can't get him. He is a naive, short-tempered dude. Naive, short-tempered. He wants $9.2 million up front. Okay. He wants a fixed rate. He wants a non-binding contract, which is kind of the point of hiring him, is to have him for myself. He wants a private office, of course, and a luxury car at the same time. Oh, because $9.2 million wasn't enough to buy you the car. He has cup holder and RGB thumb. Okay, so he'll break his computer and then fix it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know about this guy. And considering he's like not compatible with any one of my teams, like I don't think I can have any team where he's going to have good compatibility. Very bad with accounting, of course. Very bad with core. Very bad with my games team. He's also not going to want to work at night. So like I can't hire him because he's just bad quality. Okay, fine. You can keep your visionary. I'll just buy the company then, and then, you know, steal the IP and then shut the company down, right? Here's Rockstar Games. I'm sure they're not worth very much, right? Rockstar? Probably not worth much. Okay, let's figure out which team is going to build this, right? This is our engine team. So I think this was a contracts job. I wanted you guys on this. Yeah, and this gives me the people to put 3D into effect here. So for system architecture, I think we're pretty much going to rock with what the people want here, but I'm adding features for my future games. So with that said, I'm going to put 16-bit in this. I know I'm already over. That's fine. We're going to put 3D settings, of course, in this. We're going to put, I'd like to put primary rigging 2.0, but that's a 1995 feature and I can't have it. Primary rigging 1.0 is fine though. Let's put LAN connection on this. Let's put packet compression would be good. Let's put clients and server-side architecture in this, which is going to add a lot of time, I would think. Need an extra designer and an extra programmer for that. 4 years of development still on this. So 4 years takes me to 96. Takes me right to 96, doesn't it? Schedule adapter. Maybe not. Maybe we don't do these. We just add the marketing features. I need to get this out so that I can start number 3 immediately and get better features after that. Stereo sound would be nice to have. Still 4 years of development to do that, though. Yeah, so we have quite a bit of waste here. Pixel perfect performance. I'm lacking on performance. I can go tessellation. I can go compatibility testing would be okay, I guess. That's 4 years of development. Let's take the primary rigging out. And we'll add local serial support. Allows us to have like a link cable like the old Game Boy days. And then LAN connection too. So this puts us on performance. We have a little bit of waste, but at least we have LAN connections. We have things that are going to let us do things with games, right? 3D settings, that's fine. If I do primary rigging, it's going to be an extra year of development-ish. I can't imagine it's an extra year for one feature. I think it's just like approximately 3 years, and then it says approximately 4 years. I don't want it to go 4 years. So I think we want to accelerate this somehow and make this go even faster, which I guess with this many people on it, it probably will go faster. But according to analysis, this is going to be a 33% waste. I guess it's fine. We're self-publishing this. We're not going to bother. We have an okay amount of game engine. That said, if I was marketing this, we do have some really amazing publishers that could really push and have more people making this. Thing is, I don't care about that, right? Because this engine is going to be used to make games. I'm mostly concerned about pushing the games, not the engine. So we're going to make this happen. Who do we want designing this? Alan Knight, you could potentially be inspiring. You might even be better than inspiring. I'm going to give you this job. Just because your percentages, your range is a little bit better, right? His is like 90% cap. Yours is capped here. I'm going to have you do this. And I'm going to have you main server. So the server for this, once it's done, I think should be Vapor. We could have, it's what's powering the engine. Oh, because we have networking connections now. Network support requires the server. Interesting. Okay, let's try this because I don't want it to interfere with Vapor. So let's try this. We're going to go down here. So here's how I want to play this, I guess. We're going to move these servers into the main room, main hallway. This is my primary SCM. I'm just, kind of developing things with these. So it's, I think it's okay if they're in this room, and I can always expand them all the way to the side, right? So this is my main SCM room. For now, we'll do this, and this will eventually transition into the servers for our MMO. So our servers for MMO can be in here. Obviously, we have a lot of room left to build out our server infrastructure, but for now, this is how I'm going to separate them by room. We have, smoke detector, just making sure the fire marshal is going to be happy. For now, it's engine. We'll probably change it later, but 2 gigabits is, I think, more than sufficient for that. And let's go ahead and back to our releases. There it is. And we're going to say that the server is engine on that. Still going to develop it on the main SCM, though. Okay, everything else seems solid here. I don't think there's anything else to do. I know it says 4 years. I think we can push faster than that. I'm hoping we can release it in 3. Since it's self-publishing, we can kind of do it whenever we want, not be sued. And then the engine's price, we're gonna make it $90 so people will wanna go. Here it is. We have now started to build Char Engine 2.0. That is a thing. I'm gonna put this right at the top. It's going to take a while, but we're going to do it. Sailing Stars nearly done with alpha. Did we already peer review this? We did in November. In November, it was an 8.8. Then we revised. So this is ready to go after this. And we need to release it in November 93. So we definitely don't want to take a step back on that. That's Games 1. Games 2. That's ZCOM. We're releasing this October 96. Probably another lawsuit waiting to happen here because I'm probably releasing it sooner than that. Because I want to get the RTS team to like go back to RPGs, right? I want to slam RPGs. So I kind of want to get them off of this. And then Games 2 is also doing Sharpened Sword at the same time. So these two things are going to be very slow, but they're not scheduled to release until 2001 on this. So it's a long time anyway, I guess. Let them just keep going on it. And then, of course, another main ticket thing for us is Pixel Forge 2, which is our another 3D project. Remind me again why you're standing here. Core has nothing to do? I don't have anything for Core to do. You should be doing this. Oh, right. Well, you don't have the design skills for that. Yeah. Okay, tell you what. You're just going to be upgrading things then. Let's take the image framework. Okay. Core's going to be doing these things because you have nothing else to do. So there you go. You're going to get the image framework boosted because it's got a long way to go. I want you to also work on the RPG, which is technically the adventure. I really want to know how to rename this because I don't see any way to do that. It just shows me this. I guess I just make a new one. Yeah, probably. And then Core will hit this one too. Make sure you're both. So you have things to do now, right? And you are project limited. You can't going to do them all at the same time. So, your time is going to be project limited. I think actually Core is, but Night isn't. Yeah, Night's not. Let's make 3, I think is the max. We can drop this down to 2 for Core team. You're going to do non-essential things or non-time limited things, right? Like you're just upgrading existing stuff. So you'll work on 2 things at a time. We'll get everything upgraded. That's what Core is going to work on while we continue to hammer away at all this stuff. And this is after taxes. I've got $10.2 million after taxes. So how much did I sell? I never actually looked at that. 52,000 for waveform. Nice. Let's get that upgraded. Tech level's already high. We're just going to want to push the bug fixes for that as well. So Core's going to hit that now. Some people are unhappy with their job, and an employee has now filed a complaint. There's nothing to do. My friend was fired. That's why. So he was a friend. Said acquaintance. But, I mean, I guess he was a friend, because in the friends tab, it shows friend. I guess friends are just, this like acquaintances is like the level 1 for friend, right? I just figured if it wasn't here where it says friends, then it wasn't actually a friend. There's a green is this bar, right? Oh, well, I just misread the UI is all it is. All right, it's the morning in April. Let's take a look. See what we got here. Waveform has 52,703 active users. That's a lot more users than I thought it would have. We're up to 7.8 million after tax payments. So I just paid taxes. It's a big one. Had, how much? How much was taxes? Bills were 1.8. Yeah, so bills were pretty high. Let's take a look at bills. We have electricity cost now of 23,500. And electricity to grid is 20,000, so about $3,000 in electricity spend. Yeah,